This is Rackman the second, doing of the Gamer Twins. I'm doing some audio-video tests, even though the game audio is loud in my headphones. I feel like I got the video and audio level, like the volume level for my mic and the gameplay video, how I like it as far as video playback, so you guys should be able to hear my voice as long as I speak up and hear the game audio at a decent level, but hopefully not overpowering my voice. I'm playing the Sonic Triple Trouble 16-bit fan remake. So Sonic Triple Trouble was originally a Game Gear game released in 1995. The Game Gear was an 8-bit portable game console competitor to the original Game Boy. And whoever made this remake, I forget his name or what his screen name is and whatnot, he took this game and made it a 16-bit game, so basically a Sega Genesis game, or a Sega Mega Drive game. A really good game. It is a free download. I highly recommend it. You can find it by just searching on Google Sonic Triple Trouble 16-bit fan remake, but if I post this to YouTube, I'll link to the website where I downloaded it from in the description. I'm just main game, story mode. Just a few times you can play Sonic and Tails, Knuckles. You can even play as Fang, who used to be known in 1995 in America as Knack the Weasel, and Fang the Sniper when Sonic Superstars came out on the Switch. I guess to make things less confusing about Fang, Sega was just like, he's just called Fang now. He's known by many aliases, which, touche for getting out of that name, Sega. But I'm gonna do a new save file of Sonic and Tails, and, so, yeah, you only start out, or story mode, you can only do Sonic and Tails and Knuckles. I'll do Sonic and Tails. In free play mode, there's Fang, Metal Sonic even, and Amy. This game came out a year after Sonic 3 and Knuckles, and this game is tying into that game. I don't know if the original Game Gear game ever tied into it, because I only played it on the Sonic Adventure DX, and I don't remember Cube. You could unlock all the Sonic Game Gear games. I don't remember if you could like view a digital manual, and if the manual to Sonic Triple Trouble tied in that game to Sonic 3 and Knuckles anymore, well, than what was shown in an 8-bit game. But this game ties into it nicely. That's literally the ending of Sonic 3 and Knuckles, and it's just Sonic and Tails going on their next adventure. This is where you play. This was not in Sonic Triple Trouble. This is like one of the very few like original levels that the guy who made this added to the game. But I like it for story context and just tying it into the Sega Genesis games. See, this looks like... Oh yeah, you can have Tails carry you by yourself. You just jump into his hands. So A jumps and does the spin dash on the Xbox One controller. B switches, so Tails is the main guy. Yeah, so you do not need a two-player, second player to have Tails airlift you. This is the wreckage of the Death Egg, it looks like, which I thought was pretty cool, and like a dark rainy level. Oh, the Super Sonic, because you draw all the emeralds from Sonic 3. And look, it's a Death Egg robot from Sonic 2 again. All the umpteen times by now you faced him in different games. Sonic 2, I think Sonic 4, Episode 1 or 2. That was originally released on like PS3 and Xbox Live Arcade, had the Death Egg robot. Sonic Generations had the Death Egg robot. Robotnik has his own emerald now. I'm not sure if that's a fake emerald or what that is, if it explains it in a later cutscene. And then there's Fang the Sniper, or just Fang, who I assume Robotnik hired since he was, I don't know, like as a mercenary or I don't know if he's just a treasure hunting. According to Sonic Superstars, I think he's just a treasure hunting thief like Rouge the Bat. But I don't know back in the day in '95 what the deal, how they introduced him. Even in the manual, with the like character bio that used to be in manuals, just said, "Hey, Fang was hired by Robotnik." With this great turquoise zone, this is the first zone of the actual Game Gear game. Now, while this Game Gear remake is a pretty good faithful, it's faithful to the Game Gear, but obviously being an 8-bit portable game, it's a lot shorter than a Genesis console game, so this guy did add content to the levels. You know, we made each act and zone longer and things like that, but I think that was a good call to make, because Sonic Triple Trouble, what I always liked on the Game Gear. Like I said, I never played it originally on original hardware, just on the... See, I'm going to switch to Tails because he has the shield, but I only played Sonic Triple Trouble by unlocking it in Sonic Adventure DX on the GameCube. I actually want to go up, I think. Just cause. And, including Japanese-only releases in Sonic Adventure DX, you could unlock all 12 Sonic Game Gear games. Ooh, we want that one up. That's why we're using Tails. And, of those 12 Game Gear Sonic games, Sonic 1 was legit good. Triple Trouble was legit good. It always looked like a fun game to me, just looking at zones and reading the old Archie comics based on it, which wasn't much. But, it probably didn't live up to the hype in my mind, but whatever. As a kid, you know, 8-bit portable game, that, especially Sonic 8-bit, just doesn't work as well as some other 8-bit games. So that was a good Game Gear game. Dr. Robotnik's Mean Bean Machine on Game Gear was good, obviously not as good as the Genesis, but that's just a Puyo Puyo puzzle game reskin, and Puyo Puyo is gonna be a good puzzle game regardless of console limitations. So bonus stage is sorta kinda like the Sonic and Knuckles one, except you can control those cannons now. I'm gonna see if I can try to get all the Chaos Emeralds on this run. I don't know if I'll record the whole run or what I'm gonna do yet, but for now I'm just planning to make a video to make sure I got my audio-video levels hammered out. I don't know if me and Starfy are gonna be doing any more live streams for a while. It's just life events like having a kid and just our schedules just make it really hard to do live streams. That's why I haven't done any in a few years. Just to be better with the video editing side of things. I've been making a lot of YouTube shorts on our YouTube channel, so check those out. But we also live on opposite ends of the country, which is originally why we thought our live streaming us playing games on, you know, online games or online multiplayer with each other might be interesting, because we don't know too many other people that do that, but it adds an extra layer of difficulty in basically making an internet call and making that video, that audio sound good on our live streams and recordings, plus the game audio and things like that. So that's partly why I'm making these. We never got it figured out. When we were live streaming, we did Facebook phone calls, and I think that garbage quality is the audio quality is garbage for what we're doing, or were doing. And I think if we start up again, I'm gonna see if we can maybe do Discord calls or something else like that. Or if you guys have a free option that you recommend, feel free to leave that in comments or on our social media pages what to try for as far as the internet phone call while we live stream. But this is a Chaos Emerald stage, so we're going to play that. This is also new compared to the Genesis original. I don't think I don't remember, or the Game Gear original. I erase Fang for the Chaos Emerald. That slows it down. That lightning hits him. And I think your rings make you go... No, your rings are like a timer like Sonic Mania, so if you run out of rings you lose. So you want to collect the rings. You also want to get that lightning bolt to hit Fang whenever possible. Get speed boost whenever possible. I forget if Triple Trouble on Game Gear had a special stage, or if you had... I know there was like a Chaos Emerald item box, I forget if you needed 50 rings to hit the box to enter the stage, or if it just gave you the Chaos Emerald. Some of the Sonic Game Gear games, you would just hit the Chaos Emerald box and it would give it to you. But I think Triple Trouble had a special stage. But I don't remember what that was. I could be wrong about that, though. Back in the day on the GameCube, I played through Triple Trouble entirely, but that was years ago, years and years ago, probably decades ago. So we got that first, Chaos Emerald. So unlike Sonic 3 and Knuckles on the Genesis, like if I were to replay that level, I cannot use that special ring again. There's only a finite number of special rings, and once you get a Chaos Emerald from it, it's gone. So if you don't get all the emeralds on one playthrough, then you have to go back and replay the level and find the special ring you missed. So it makes it a little harder to get the Chaos Emeralds on a single run. But if you lose the Chaos Emerald race with Fang, if you have enough 1-ups, you can, if I lose one, I'll show you. I don't know if I'll lose a race on purpose to show you. But if you lose a Chaos Emerald race, you can try again at the expense of one of your lives. So that's kind of cool. And I think having finite number of special rings is a good balance between giving you a mulligan for getting the Chaos Emerald and versus having it work exactly like the Genesis games. Pretty sure that bird sign was from the Game Gear, but I don't know what it did because I don't remember if Sonic Adventure DX let you view digital manuals for the Game Gear games. That's the difficult thing about retro gaming. You don't really need manuals nowadays, and that's why companies don't make them anymore, because you can look stuff up on the internet. But back in the day in the 90s, you kind of had to read the manual if you didn't understand something about the game. Since I both have shields, I'm going to go back to Sonic, because I like Sonic more than Tails. Excuse me, I like Sonic more than Tails, even though his flying ability is useful. But also, I don't think you fought Fang in Act 1. I don't remember if the Game Gear had Act 1 bosses. And if they did, I think a lot of them might be different in this remake. And honestly, I don't remember if you even fought Fang in the Game Gear one. You may have fought him once at the end of the game or something. But this music is the same as the Game Gear, except it's also like a Genesis, like remastered or remixed version of it. And that one part of the music where it goes ding 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 ding. I think that was it, where it just did that. That always sounded like a taunt, like nee 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 to me. I don't know if that was on purpose by Sega or not. I think those pulley things were kinda in the Game Gear. I don't know, it's been forever since I played Game Gear. Like I said, even though Triple Trouble is one of the best Sonic Game Gear games, it's really not that great of a game. Sonic just doesn't work in 8-bit to me. Maybe nowadays, like, a fan can make a good 8-bit Sonic game, but for how fast it's supposed to be, the 8-bit... I mean, it's an 8-bit console, it's gonna have limitations, I get that, but it's makes the frame rate too choppy for Sonic, or too slow for a Sonic game, and like you can barely... In the Game Gear games that have loop-de-loops, you can barely get over the loop-de-loop. It's amazing how Sega had like 12 Sonic. Some of them were spin-offs, but amazing as Sega was just like, we're gonna crank out a dozen Sonic games in Japan on Game Gear and 10 in the US. But this game was good enough on Game Gear, Triple Trouble, where I always thought it had potential to be a console game. It should have either been a Genesis game, because 95 Sega was still supporting the Genesis primarily, especially in America, or even better, probably should have made Sonic Triple Trouble into a 32-bit 2D game on the Sega Saturn. Because even though in 95 and 96-ish, people would have been like, games are in 3D now, it has to be 3D, even if it was an amazing 2D Sonic game. Probably all the media at the time would have hated on it for not being a 3D Sonic game. But I think, as a consolation prize, the Sega Saturn should have at least had a 2D Sonic game with amazing, like, 32-bit graphics. Not Donkey Kong pre-rendered style graphics, not like Mortal Kombat, like rasterized live-action graphics, like legit, like 32-bit sprite work. And I think it would have been amazing, and even if people were mad that it wasn't in 3D, probably would not have saved the Sega Saturn, but you still would have had a legit, amazing Sonic game on it. Being as an 8-bit game on Game Gear, and I don't think too many people bothered with Game Gear by 95 anyway. Special stage, but they could have taken something like Triple Trouble that had potential. Ah, force out. Try again, one life. Yes, because that was a dumb move on my part. And I was at the end of it too. And I have enough lives. You probably still, if you don't lose a lot of lives in the special or in the regular stage, you probably want to save them for later Chaos Emeralds levels where you may legit lose a couple of times, but whatever. But yeah, legit 2D Sonic game on Saturn with like Saturn quality graphics. I think as a console, I think it would have helped the Saturn. I don't think it would have saved it, but then you could say you had a legit Sonic game and not just Sonic 3D Blast and Sonic R on the console. Although, I like Sonic 3D Blast a lot more than most people. You know, like, the controls are funky, but you get used to it. The key to Sonic 3D Blast is you don't, like, run around and try to hit enemies, or even, like in the Genesis game, you either spin dash, which can be harder to control, but you really use the, you hold one of the buttons to do a slow wall, so almost like a slow motion spin dash, and you use that to hit all the enemies and collect all the flickies that really compensates for the rest of the wonky controls. But anyway, I think also that should have been a Saturn exclusive. It should not have had a Genesis version. And even though it wouldn't have been like a true 3D Sonic game, if they spent all their development resources exclusively on Saturn for that game, it could have had even better, like, I like the Saturn graphics on it, especially for being a port of a Genesis game. But as an exclusive Saturn game, it would have had way, possibly they could have spent time making like the graphics way better, and the control a little bit better. Like that, it probably wouldn't have been the same as like people probably still would have hated on it, but would have at least you could say it kind of had a legit, the Saturn had a legit Sonic game. Between that and like a 2D platformer with a 32-bit, I think both of those would have helped the Saturn in America, but whatever. But as a fan remake, if you were to include fan remakes and fan games as like the best Sonic games ever, I would legit definitely rank this fan remake as a top 10 Sonic game of all time. Possibly close to a top 5. Like, I'd probably rank it possibly 6 or 7, but definitely top 10. Might do a video on it, but my top 10 Sonic games are a little tough. It's my all-time favorite game franchise, but Sonic 3 and Knuckles, the lock-on version, I would count that as one game. It was originally by the developer, supposed to be one game. They only split it up into 2 games because they weren't going to make Sega's release deadline on it. So I count Sonic 3 and Knuckles lock-on as one game instead of Sonic 3 and Knuckles separately. So best Sonic games, Sonic 3 and Knuckles, I would probably put number 1. 2 and 3 would be Sonic Mania and Sonic 2. On one hand, Sonic 2's what got me into Sonic, and probably what Sonic 1 and 2 is what made this Genesis successful in America. So it's kind of hard not to argue it as a top 2, but Mania's probably better, more content, just an amazing game all around. So I guess I'll put, at one time I had Sonic 2 as second best, but I think I'll put Sonic Mania 2, Sonic 3, or Sonic 2 as number 3 Sonic game of all time. Sonic Genesis, or Sonic Generations, I've only played the original 360 version, so I'm not counting like any Shadow content from the Shadow X Sonic Generations. So Sonic Generations would be 4 for me. Sonic Adventure 2 Battle would probably be 5. May not hold up quite as well by modern day standards, but definitely holds up better than I think Sonic Heroes and Sonic Adventure 1. Heroes I loved as a kid. Like, when it came out, I was in high school, and me and Starfy loved it. And we really didn't experience a lot of issues, like glitchy issues with it on the GameCube, as other people reported, or what the internet reported, but going back and playing it, at least in emulation form, a lot of those issues show up, and I'm like, man, I really don't remember it being this bad. So I don't know if it's just either playing on an emulator with a modern controller that's probably more sensitive than the GameCube controller was, or if it really just didn't bother me as much as a kid as it does now. It still had its flaws that we agreed, like too many teen characters, like kind of a slog if you want to 100% it, or see the last true ending. The stupid Teen Rose, like beginner for babies version of the story. Like that we all got, and that's legit faults of Sonic Heroes, but like as far as like glitching through walls and those, I don't know, random death glitches, like from glitches and whatnot, or wonky hit detection, we never really experienced that bad on the GameCube, but like I said, revisiting it, it's I experienced more of those issues than I did as a kid. But I don't know if Sonic Heroes would be top 10. I'm getting off topic and rambling partially just to talk during this video, and since I have audio and microphone and game audio kind of working good, but so top 10 Sonic games. You left off at number 5, Sonic Adventure 2 Battle. I would put Sonic Rush and Sonic Rush Adventure on the DS as a tie, because I went back and replayed those in the last year or so, and I cannot decide which one I think is better or like better. I think what it is Sonic Rush, the levels are a little bit more fun than Sonic Rush Adventure, but the themes, like a Green Hill-ish style level, a carnival level, a desert level. Ooh. Wonder if that'll respawn that invincibility form. But the level themes in Sonic Rush, like it's like your cookie cutter Sonic levels. It doesn't feel new. It just feels like everything you've seen before, just in the Sonic Rush, format. Gotta start collecting rings so I don't get a timeout. Whereas Sonic Rush Adventure, the zone... Aw, we're restarting that. Whereas Sonic Rush Adventure, the level themes were creative, original stuff you really didn't see in a Sonic game before, like a dinosaur theme level, like Dino Jungle type level. It had like a ghost town level, or a ghost pirate ship level, kind of like a, I don't know what type, like a city level, but almost like a Victorian city level, like that you would see in a pirate movie, because pirates was the theme of Sonic Rush Adventure. Just things like that. But the problem was, except for and an underwater level, that was actually cool. Problem with Sonic Rush Adventure, and it's not a big issue, but the levels were way more gimmicky than than the original Sonic Rush. So, like Sonic Rush, they had these gimmicky sections where certain aspects, like you might hit a certain type of trampoline, or like a swing on a vine where it looks 3D, like Sonic swings towards the camera. Oh, come on, now I'm gonna lose. Yeah, that did it. I'm gonna retry again, because I don't know if I'm gonna record a whole playthrough on this. But, like the Sonic Rush Adventure zones, they added so many gimmick sections in it. A lot of times it seemed like the zones were just gimmicks on and on. Like, and it had a lot of rail grinding. It seemed like all you did was rail grind and do these, like, 3D, like, automatic gimmick sections. Like, one level, like you hit a bunch of drums that acted like a spring, and they would zigzag you back and forth towards the screen. Just that seemed like all the level was, like bouncing back and forth towards the screen and rail grinding. It's still an amazing game, but it's I think that's why I have a hard time deciding what I like more, Sonic Rush or Sonic Rush Adventure, because one's a cookie-cutter Sonic game with like better level design, kinda, and the other's creative level design and theme, but like all these like gimmicks instead of actual like Sonic platform. Oh, come on. It's only level 3 for the Chaos Emerald. So, top 10 Sonic games, number 6 tie, Sonic Rush and Sonic Rush Adventure. So that would bring us down to number 8. And I'm gonna say with that is, I honestly would say the DS version of Sonic Colors. It's like a Sonic Rush 3, but with those colored wisp powers from Sonic Colors. And not as gimmicky as Sonic Rush Adventure, but it still has like the same zone themes. Oh, come on. I'm gonna lose now, probably. Yep. If I don't hit these bombs and get some rings, I have a chance. So you have to balance. Oh, come on. You have to balance getting all the rings. Don't get a timeout. That. Also balancing getting all those lightning bolts so you can get Fang off of your back. I was doing good. That first run on this was my best run. This one, oh, I missed the 10 ring box anyway. Well, we hit Fang anyway, that'll keep him at bay. If I don't get a timeout... I think that only gave me 5 rings anyway. But yeah, number 8. Aww. I had 1 ring left. They killed me 1. That would have mattered. So, let me just recap Sonic top 10 Sonic games, because I've been getting off track and on tangents about all that. I should just do a video of it instead, but come on. So, number 1, Sonic 3 and Knuckles. It counts as 1 game. Number 2, Sonic Mania. Number 3, Sonic 2. 4, Sonic Generations. Number 5, Sonic Adventure 2 Battle. 6, tie, Sonic Rush and Sonic Rush Adventure. 8, Sonic Colors. The DS. Number 9, I guess still Sonic Heroes, because I do still like that one overall. Number 10 would be a toss-up with Sonic Colors on Wii, Sonic CD, Sonic 1, Sonic Adventure 1. I've kind of like each one of those more than the others. Like, comparing just those 4 games, I would probably rank them differently at different points in my life. At one time, Sonic Adventure would probably be the highest rated. Played Sonic Colors last couple of years. I don't know. It was good. I'm surprised people liked it as like that's. Surprised Sonic Colors had that positive of a rating. At least the Wii. I think there's a Wii. Well, other than DS, I think there's a Wii exclusive. I don't think it's on like Xbox or PlayStation or anything other than that remake. But I don't think the remake did anything to it. Yeah. I don't know. Sonic Colors on the Wii didn't, even though it's the Genesis form or the Generations formula, before Generations kind of perfected it. I don't know, didn't do it for me as much as like other people. At least like internet reputation for it. Like it was good, but it had a lot of the 2D side-scrolling of Generations, and the modern Sonic style of Sonic Generations. The 2D sections are good, but That platforming is super stiff, and it just seems even more stiff in Sonic Colors. Don't get a ring out. Like, run out of rings. I think I... Oh, come on. I think I have it this time. He's catching up on me. And there it goes. Hope I can... Wow, I'm just gonna use all my lives on Chaos Emerald 3. Usually, I don't think this is this hard. I think I'm just failing epically. And doing that. And when I don't mess up a jump or hit an object, I'm missing the rings anyway. So yeah, top 10 Sonic games. The last spot, number 10, is just kind of a toss-up with a bunch of Sonic games, kind of based on my mood. This game, the 16-bit Sonic Triple... That's because the plane's hitting the spikes, that's what's throwing me off. I'm thinking because Sonic's between the spikes is fine. Got the speed boost and the rings. It probably should have gone for the lightning bolt there. That probably wouldn't... See, I was over at that time, but... Otherwise, I would have done Fang in, I think. Yeah, I think we're good now if I don't hit anything. Don't get stuck on a wall. No, 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 no. Yeah! See, those lightning bolts are the key. Should not have taken me that long, and that should not have taken me that many tries, and that I should not have almost botched that last try. And they did not give me that invincibility back, but good thing I saved that one up. Yeah, this remake, ranking it in Sonic games, probably above Sonic Colors DS. I don't think I'd rank it above any of the Sonic Rush games, but it's pretty close. It is short because it's an, it's a faithful remake to a 8-bit game, but like the intro level, the guy added, I think he added one other level, but I haven't played the Game Gear game enough to really know, like just by looking at this remake, oh yeah, that was different than the Game Gear. If we're flying up. Sorry about that whole top 10 Sonic rant. That's just, I was not planning on that. That's probably the biggest tangent we've had in these either live streams or videos on this channel. Let's just skip that special stage for now. Ow! Knuckles is actually tough now. Oh, come on, really? Stop blaming me. Switching on the fly fighting Knuckles probably isn't a good idea, but... Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Huh, Tails caught him. Ow! Volleyball spikes you now. That combo would be cool if you had it in a different Sonic game. If you could play as Knuckles and do that combo. Probably finish this zone and stop for today. Oh, Knuckles into Fang. 2/3 of the Triple Trouble. Robotnik being the third of the Triple Trouble. Nothing. That intro to this music kinda sounded like Mystic Cave on Sonic 2. I wonder if whoever remixes music actually did that. Because I don't think... I mean, on 8-bit music, I don't think you'd be able to tell, but I don't think they use that cave-sounding background beat in the Game Gear version. Yeah, the physics in this game are exactly like Sonic 3. Like, I'm pretty sure this is like the base, like this guy started out with a ROM hack of Sonic 3 to build this thing, this remake. Maybe not, I could be wrong, but I just feel like it's a ROM hack of Sonic 3 turned into Sonic Triple Trouble. Ow, he got me. I feel like that was a totally avoidable situation on my part. Oh, that's just a platform. I thought that might be a switch or something. See, I went on that tangent about top 10 Sonic games, and now I'm quiet. It's almost like a very playthrough now. That was good. I was trying to jump. Pretty sure that wrecking ball was not in the Game Gear. Yeah, you can still fire dash. I'll try the special stage, or bonus stage. I like this one better, it's easier to get one-ups. And I need them after that Chaos Emerald fail on my part. The little rings don't matter as much, as long as you get a bunch of those, I think they're 10-ring bubbles. Man. I got 2 one-ups out of it. That's the cool thing. I don't think Sonic ever did that. I mean, you can get one-ups in a ton of rings for one-ups from the bonus stages, but the bonus stage specifically for one-ups. There we go. Thought that wall might be breakable. I played this much of the game, a lot of times with this game I end up playing like the first 2 or 3 zones and then I end up playing something else. There we go. I didn't, wasn't sure, I didn't know that was there on purpose, but I was gonna say the first 2 or 3 zones of this remake I'm most familiar with. So that's why I was like, I'm thinking to myself, that breakable wall I thought was breakable. Oh, come on. Not giving me lightning bolt. No, there's one to hit Fang. I was gonna say, I'm gonna have to beat him legit with rings. Mano y mano. No lightning bolts, but there they are. Wish I realized that the plane could get hit by bombs way earlier than I did. I probably would have got that 3rd emerald a lot faster. But if I don't hit bombs and lose a lot of rings, could be good. Yep, totally good. See? I should have like a dozen lives total from failing to get that Chaos Emerald. But that on the 1st or 2nd try, like... I'm gonna switch to Tails, because he can fly, and I'm gonna get that ring. I saw I had 97 rings, and I'm like, you know what? And when I get to a safe spot, oh, well, since he lost the shield, switching back to Sonic. The airlift is cool and all, but I still prefer Sonic over Tails to play. I like Knuckles more than Sonic though, because I just like his abilities. He can glide and climb the walls with spikes on his fists. He's just a cool character, no matter how lame they try to make him in either movies or some of the newer games where they highlight how gullible he is. It's like, we know he's gullible, that's why he keeps fighting Sonic all these games, whatever. Let's make him a complete dummy because he's gullible. Yep, I feel like I saw that and knew better than to do that. This music's probably the best track in the game, this Act 2 version of Sunset Park. I don't know if music was different, and that was all to hit a switch to go this way. But I don't remember in the Game Gear game if the music was slightly different in Act 1 and 2. The first time Sega did that was, I believe, in Sonic 3. On the bonus stage? That's which one it is. Yay! The one-up one. And I think we want to go this way. Yeah. Yep, I always fall in that other one, so then I lose the whole floor. But 2 more 1-up, that's fine. That's fine. Like I said, this game you mainly want to rack up the 1-ups so you can keep trying for Chaos Emeralds. I usually don't use that many 1-ups on level 3 though. Maybe the first playthrough I did, still trying to figure out the game, but... Burrowbot from Sonic 1, maybe. Don't know if he was in the Game Gear version either, or a form of Burrowbot. Burrowbot was those guys who would, with the drills, that would pop out at you in Labyrinth Zone on Sonic 1. Kind of the basis for Grounder on the original Sonic cartoon in the 90s, before they made the one with Princess Sally. But I think Grounder was also a similar... Go back and pay attention. You're wondering why there's no boss in Act 2, aren't you? Because there's an Act 3. This was in the Game Gear version. Probably a lot different, but... Yeah, this remake especially, I don't remember so much on the Game Gear, but some levels randomly have a 3rd act. This one might... a couple levels I think only have a single act, and then this one has the 3rd act. I'm just using Tails because I have the shield now. Sonic game where you climb on a ladder. That's weird. Sometimes you can go in... some of the train cars you can go inside, I think. Don't remember if any of them have a special stage or anything. Neat little neat overhanging thing you pass through on the train. That thing, whatever that thing is. Yep. Right on the fire. Thinking you can go down and then inside one of the train cars. Don't know which one. Whoop. Plus, when I say yeah, forget it, we're just gonna skip looking for the inside of the car. You have to go in, it's probably gonna have a special stage. Target you. Scratch! This one for sure we can go in somewhere. There it is. Maybe thinking of Sonic Mania when you're on the train that there's a special stage ring. Pretty sure you go on a train as Knuckles or something. I don't know if there's a point to freeing all the animals, but why not? That's what we're. Tunnel. Bam, bam. Guess those are just crates for you to platform on. Looked like Sonic was crouching funny. Animation in this one? Oh no, not the ladder. Got a platform and get targeted. Aw, I think I was out of there. One way to do it. Nuking the train! Found a Sonic 3 reminiscent where there's an earthquake or a collapsing wall chasing you. Wait. Doesn't feel like it as much though, probably because it's just automatically scrolling level. Oh, it's just part of like their cutscene for transition. This is the other one. Oh, pinball one. I don't care about pinball level. They take too long. But it's the same thing, don't hit the bottom. There we go. That pinball one is better than the Sonic Mania pinball special stage, where you get, like, if you play Mania mode, like, different characters or shield. Spike ball. That's the only, like, right, and it's real minor with Sonic Mania is that 3D pinball level was kind of bleh. Like, not a bad idea, just bleh. So hopefully you could hear me talking good, hopefully you could hear the music good in this. Hopefully you didn't mind all my tangents. So, we'll see you next time. I may continue this playthrough to just upload on YouTube. If I do, I don't know if it'll be a no commentary and just play through it, or if I'll just keep talking and going on tangents just to practice talking during these types of videos for live streams. So keep an eye on the social media and the YouTube for either new shorts or this video upload or any other ideas we may get. The live streams are probably still going to be on Twitch for the time being if we do any more, and then I'll just upload them to YouTube when we finish them. But thank you guys for sticking with us here. This is Rackman2 from Gamer Twins, and we'll see you later.